also did the same thing. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are torn between who should carry the brunt of this situation. Punish the school authority or punish the boys who have been fingered directly in this bullying case that led to Sylvester's death. As a dad yourself, how would you react to something like this? God forbid.
Well, thank you, Charity, and thank you for having us here. It's a pleasure to be here, and I think it's a very solemn subject and quite sensitive, and my heart goes to the victim's family, and as well as I followed your news item and how you go. There are also young girls that were trapped.
Young children, actually.
Young children, in Lagos as well. So, I mean, of course, all lives also matter in this context. Absolutely. And it's unfortunate. And with that in context, I think I would choose a different route, not even thinking of the bullies or the fraternity group or the school. What we have in Nigeria is really absence of the government, absence of state in every critical area. And these are symptoms of when the state literally abandons her primary responsibility. A citizen is a property of a state, and life should be defined and established. People should understand that in that context. A Nigerian child is a Nigerian child that should be valued, whether you are in the private school or not. There should be guidelines, there should be regulation. There should have been ways at which we orientate ourselves towards self-dignity, towards violence, towards
the value of life.
This is really at the basis of all of this, and these are just symptoms. You know, Yoruba has a saying, "Olowo fowo raku." So the rich man in this case, indeed, even use your money eventually to even acquire debt. Unfortunately, and that's one. All of us, whether we are middle class, whether we think we are privileged, until we realize that implication, that we are not even safe, we are not immune. It's not enough that I could put my child in 1.5 million naira school. We need a system. We need a system that can guarantee a public education and everything, or a private education, a system that works. I don't care if you take your children to 5 million, but the truth is we need to now begin to think of collective society solution. These are our future. These children, they are raised, and we can't even blame the parents I heard people blaming parents. We can't necessarily. In a country where parents wake up every day, there's no light, there's no water, you think of electricity, you are stretched. Everybody is stretched so much that, because now we say, the parents are not raising kids very well.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that, because, I mean, everybody is facing that reality. We're all in Nigeria. Both the parents who train their children well, in spite of these disadvantages, and those that choose not. So, should we be cutting slacks to parents? Because all of us are facing the lack of government activeness in providing what it should provide. So apparently there's a failure of parenting in this case, no doubt about it.
Clearly there is, but it's still part of the symptoms. It is the fact that there is absence of government in all areas, because normally if there's a social contract between a child who is still a minor and the government take precedence first. You protect the child first, the child's rights, the child's dignity. Even when the parents are made the child vulnerable, there will be a way to have intervened one way or the other. This is why we failed. This is really the base. So failures of parenting, fine, it exists. Yes, we should blame people for their recklessness. Adults should take responsibility for their action. And of course, as a cultured person, or in our own context anyway, these kids already have a bad name and they are from a bad family. That's their stigma. They're going to live with the consequence of their action for the rest of their life. But collectively, it is still that government needs to show up in Nigeria. Leaders, elites, they need to really show up and be there and really create a society that really dignify and protects the weakest. Because now we think of weakest as just being poor and rich. But kids, children, irrespective of where, even the most truant kid, is still should be protected within the purview of the framework of the government. That's my opinion.
I mean, you come across as a middle-aged Nigerian who has seen different phases of Nigeria. Do you think we'll ever get to that point? People blame it on the family because, as you said, family is the smallest unit of the society. So it all starts even before a child grows up to recognize that there's a government that should provide certain rights. The child is within the protection and guardians of his or her parents, so that's what they know, that's what they grow to know, and we're all products of a family one way or the other, and whatever influence that family through the guidance of the mother and the father leaves with the child, negative or positively, would have an influence on how that child interacts with other people, on a larger scale. So would we ever get to the point where government is doing, you know the history of Nigeria, at least up until where we are now. Do you think that government can ever rise to its responsibility as we hope it would? It doesn't seem like that to me. It doesn't seem like we'd ever get to a point where we'd have the Nigerian government as responsive as perhaps what you have in the West or in Europe or even in the East. It seems like a debt of governance or good governance has always been our problem. That doesn't seem to be changing. So parents need to take responsibility, more responsibility, because it's going to hurt if someone trains their child the right way, sends them to school, and then they're exposed to these other people, and at the end of the day, they fall victims of bad parenting on the part of, So that's what I think. Are we ever going to get to that part, you think?
Well, I think we are still going to be cutting the slack for those that should take the responsibility.
Which is government.
Which is the elite. Which is the elite. Okay. Let's even stretch it further.
Okay.
It is the entire elite failure. This includes the academia. This includes the government, people in government. It is a collective responsibility. There's a need. Knowledge is a privilege. Access is a privilege. It's something that should come with a social responsibility. And at one point or the other, many of this generation benefited from it. And we've seen in the Nigerian history, how did the elites of the Awolowo time, are they different? They think of the poorest and the weakest among us. And this wasn't just particular to maybe the Western Nigeria or to across Africa. We have a generation of elites, even across the world, that sees the world differently. Now we have a generation of elites who are so consumed with consumerism and ego. In fact, most of them, I'm sorry to say, they are as good as losers in every sense of the word. But they are just bloody opportunists. Let's call it what it is, because they let us down. So until we put back that conversation to them, that look, it is a response, even to be a pastor, even to be an imam. What are you being imam or being respected for in the community? Even to be the chairman of a landlord association. We all have to look out for ourselves. Leadership comes with huge responsibility. Absolutely. Access comes with responsibility. Knowledge comes with responsibility. So yes, on the surface, the government should have the framework to make things work in the structured form. But generally, elite knows themselves. People who are self-reflective knows where they are better off than the other. In our communities, before now, many of our parents in communities, they have a way of looking out for each other's children. They don't see it that's exclusively that is my child. My child should be the star in the community. Should be the star in the family. This is really like a need to, because anyway it is coming home to consume all of us.
It is.
So we all have to deal with it.
Speaking about the role of government, Lagos State government has ordered the indefinite closing down of the school. It has ordered the police to swing into action and get to the bottom of this case. A lot of prominent Nigerians have been speaking about this. We'll tell you a bit more about this when we come back from the break, and then we'll segue to the next part of our conversation. I hope that I can open the phone lines and take a few more calls just before we do that. Don't go away.
Omo, it's so easy to learn anything today. That's how my little niece of yesterday tied my gele for me like a pro. When I asked her who taught her, she just gave me her phone to watch a video. Now, I can tie my own gele. Plus, I'm also learning how to prepare fisherman soup.
With MTN's reliable internet and countless learning videos on YouTube, learning how to prepare ofen salad is just one of the things you can learn online. Get up to 7 hours of free streaming on YouTube when you buy data plans from MTN. Dial *131# to get started.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Oh, where's this Benjamin boy now? I called him this morning that the car is not starting and he promised to come early.
But honey, have you done the morning checks?
What checks? I beg, what do you know about cars anyway?
Oh yeah, pop the bonnet.
Which bonnet?
Honey, I say pop the bonnet too.
Okay.
Okay, start the car.
What have you done now? Oh.
Start it.
Wow, you did it.
I told you.
What did you do? How did you do it?
I'll give you a hint. Tune to Auto Clinic with the mechanic every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. on Splash FM for your weekly dose of cars and everything vehicle related.
Auto Clinic with the mechanic every Wednesday 10:30 to 11 a.m. on Splash 105.5 FM. Your car needs care. Let's teach you how.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink. Are they relieved now? I love comics. Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
This festive.
Wow! I feel good.
Because I choose non-stop sports action.
But you also brought someone along who's not a member.
Yeah, I choose local drama filled with suspense.
We've got a serious case of the wedgies.
For my kids, I choose cartoon shows that are full of laughter.
I feel good.
Hell yeah! Choose over 135 channels full of joyful entertainment.
I knew that I wouldn't.
You too, choose joy this holidays. DSTV, it's your moment.
Hasbro makes me happy. Take selfie chats with your friends. Do the legwork, play your games. Hasbro gon' make you happy. Oh yeah, now make me happy. Mario's Day, milky treat today. Hasbro makes me happy. Oats and milk that all the way. Hasbro makes me happy. Oats and coconut is every day. Hasbro makes me happy.
Turn up happy moments with Hasbro.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Hey, imagine make 1 million naira just land for your account now. Hey!
I don't put the money for my business, shabby. Oh boy, for me, now to buy camera for this one, videographer.
Hey, time don't come to stop to the Imagine. Make you join the Alert 5 for 5 promo now to take win 1 million naira with plenty consolation prizes them. To take win, make you deposit at least 5,000 naira for your account. Carry out minimum of 5 transactions for your alert. *945# or your card. Come maintain monthly balance of 10,000 naira to take qualify. Yes, sir. You know hard at all. Start to the transact to win inside the 5 for 5 promo today. You know get Wema Bank account? No wahala. Make you download Alert now to take open account. You fit also sign up with *945*01#. Terms and conditions dey oh. This promo dey registered with the National Lottery Commission, Lagos State Lottery Board, and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
All out to the season of fun, hope rising, cherish the season, relish the nourishment. Hollandia, celebrate the season's goodness. Hollandia.
Have you picked up your Hollandia Yogurt Christmas pack yet? Get yours today in stores near you.
Imi, Eji, Eta, bí jákẹ́ẹ̀tì mẹ́wàá ló máa wọ̀ yìí. Dayo, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀?
Ó ti o, ṣé wọ́n rí fídíò tó ń káàkiri ni? Mo fi ránṣẹ́ sí ọ.
Ṣé fídíò tó sọ pé yìnyín máa rọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà? Dayo, ǹjẹ́ o ṣe ìwádìí ìròyìn yìí kí o tó pín káàkiri?
Ìwádìí kẹ̀, ọ̀rẹ́ mi Kúnlé ló fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi.
Fídíò náà kì í ṣòótọ́jọ́, ìròyìn èké ló ń bẹ níbẹ̀. Ṣáájú kí o tó pín ìròyìn ní àyíká rẹ̀, wá orísun irú ibi tí ìròyìn náà ti jáde dáradára láti jẹ́rìísí wípé ó jẹ́ òtítọ́. Tí kò bá dá ọ lójú, má pín ìròyìn náà. Bó ṣe ń làágùn, ó jẹ́ bọ́ díẹ̀ nínú àwọn jákẹ́ẹ̀tì yẹn, olùṣọ́ yìnyín. Ìfiránṣẹ́ ìwá látọwọ́ WhatsApp.
Wow, you no just fit to stop dey rub your pikin jololo body, my dear. You know see my pikin skin? You remember say nappy and heat rashes been full in body before, but since I discover baby Tribotan, hey, my pikin skin just dey oyoyo like velvet. Nappy or heat rash don vamoose. Abeg tell me more about this baby Tribotan. Baby Tribotan na the skin medicine for all yama nappy and heat rash dem wey dey fire children body. Make you use baby Tribotan today and you go discover how your pikin body go jololo like velvet.
Baby Tribotan get clotrimazole and Istamol. Make you dey always read the product leaflet wey dey inside the pack. Na Fitson Healthcare PLC dey make am.
Bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prọfẹ̀tà Ìwòjò. Àkórí 72 hours sí Ọlọ́run fún bàbá. Àánú a máa gbani. Mercy can save. Látọjọ́ Friday 10 di Sunday 12 December. Ní Jésù bàbá aláàánú fúnra rẹ̀. Tí máa fi àánú gba gbogbo èèyàn lọ́wọ́ agbára tó mú wọn lẹ̀. Tí ò jẹ́ wọn kọjá síbi gíga. Ọ̀pọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àtàwọn olórí ẹ̀mí bí. Màmá bí Sẹ́láwì Yálùkò. Bùnmi Akínà àánú orin jí ojú mi. Ìlàjà Akíntúndí Ọlọ́run sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Kẹ́ni ológun àrà. Ṣọlá Oyèlékè. Bàbá ìsọjí orí afẹ́fẹ́ Prọfẹ̀tà Ìwòjò ni wọ́n máa gba gbogbo èèyàn lálejò. Aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ Friday ní Nàdúrà yóò ti máa jò. Ìdájí lọ́jọ́ Monday la máa ṣorí ọ̀fẹ́. Láti Ìbàdàn tó bá sì jẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Ọ̀sẹ̀ jẹ́rẹ̀ ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀. Ní Mẹ́síkà 08050275779. Afẹ́ bá gbogbo èèyàn dá máa jẹ̀mú àánú fún òmìnira pátápátá máa bọ̀.
Babe, you have to be careful. Are you sure you want to take the job? It's a long distance. And remember, you don't drive. What if you get hurt while boarding buses? Or if the chemicals spill on you on site? What if while washing the utensils, it slips and cuts you? And the environment is waterlogged? What if you miss a step and break your leg? Babe, I think you...
Chill. No yawa. I'm covered.
No yawa?
Yeah. With AXA No Yawa, the personal accident insurance plan. I'm covered when life happens.
Introducing the AXA No Yawa, a personal accident insurance plan that provides life insurance cover, adequate care, financial support, and helps through recovery when personal accidents happen. So when life happens, keep going with the AXA No Yawa. Call 0700 AXA Mansard to sign up today. AXA, know you can.
Ní gbogbo oṣù kejìlá ọdọọdún every December nínú àwọn ògo rere máa ń dó yàtọ̀. Ìdí ni pé àsìkò ọdún ni bàbá kérésì tún máa ń bá wọn mú ẹ̀bùn wá láti Rome.
My dear.
Yes.
Àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ máa ń yọ mí lẹ́nu pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ wo Father Christmas.
No problem. Wọ́n máa lọ kí wọ́n lè lọ catch fun.
Wò wọ́n mà ti dé torí pé wọ́n gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Father Christmas.
Daddy, take me to Father Christmas. You know my Father Christmas.
Ẹ má worry, mọ́mí yín máa kó yín lọ.
Thank you, Daddy.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Bàbá kérésì ti Splash FM àti Lagelu FM ti balẹ̀ bàgẹ́ sí Palms Shopping Mall Ring Road nílùú Ìbàdàn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó jọjú. Àwọn ọmọ aṣojú lóge wọn á tún ya fọ́tò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni oríṣiríṣi orin aládùn tó máa dún sí wọn létí. Àwọn gbajúmọ̀ òṣèré sinimá, olórin àtàwọn agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ máa wà níkàlẹ̀ láti bá wọn ṣeré. Ìdíje oríire raffle draw tó wà ní sẹpẹ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn kẹ̀kẹ́ hẹrìmọ̀. Ẹgbẹ̀rún kàbọ̀ náírà 1,500 naira lọ́mọ ká fi wọlé láti December 1 títí di 24. 20% discount wà fún gbogbo àwọn iléèwé tí wọ́n bá kọ́ mọ́ wá. Àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tó ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ bàbá kérésì tọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ni Danabis Homes and Properties Limited, Ologe Boutique, tó wà ní AP Filling Station, Akala Express Road, Ibadan. Sion Kitchen and Rental Services, Wema Bank, Àpáta. Showbox Water, Àpáta Omiadio Road, àti You Fit Fly. Father Christmas ti Splash FM àti Lagelu FM ní Palm Shopping Mall, Ring Road nílùú Ìbàdàn. Ọdún Ayabo.
This Christmas, na Maggi get the recipe. As we dey celebrate, the chop with jollof merriment dey circulate. Hey, everybody dey jubilate. Enjoy the moment, no worry yourself. So merry, merry, merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And
Maggie Christmas. With Maggie, cook the difference.
20 minutes past 8 a.m. Thank you so much for staying with us on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. My name is Charity Jerome. This is Beyond the Surface. Today we're taking a look at bullying in secondary schools, the failure of parents and government in keeping children safe. I mean, it's all ensconced in this one case, and we've talked extensively about this. I'd like to take some of your comments now because I'm going to be switching gears soon. I know that earlier we had people who wanted to give their thoughts and they didn't have the opportunity, so we'll just let you do that quickly, and then I will switch to our other discussion. 0809-155-1055. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Chacha.
Hi, good morning, sir.
I like you too, Jonathan.
Absolutely nice to have you, sir.
Really, I quickly want to really call your attention to the. Let me also appreciate your guest there, making an intelligent analysis of the situation in the country. Okay, the indefinite closure of the school. Hello?
I can hear you, Alhaji. Go ahead. And please help us keep it brief.
Okay. The indefinite closure of the school, I see it as not in the best interest of the other children. Majority of the children who are innocent there, is denying them the opportunity of having access to what they are paid for. That is education. So that is not good. All they need to do is bring out all those who are suspects in this case and get them together, including the parents of the bullies, those who bully those when in that child. So they should do that. One other thing I want to say quickly is that abuse is now rampant in the society, and we need to maintain how to really safeguard children in this problem. Please, child abuse is a serious matter that needs to be addressed properly.
All right.
Maintain it within the family circle, within the school circle, and all the caregivers that are in need. Parents have failed, and of course, you can put the failure of the parents into the doorstep of government. Please, we need to maintain what child protection is all about.
Thank you.
And where you don't protect the children, the future is bleak. Please take note. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Alhaji. We appreciate it. Makes a good comment. I was going to take a text message earlier, so let's see if I can do that quickly now. Someone sent this in, says, "Good morning. Similar thing like bullying happened in my school last Friday, whereby a senior student forcefully collected a ball from junior students and also said one of their classmates should slap all of them. When the case was reported to me, I made sure the senior students and the guy he instructed to slap others go around the school and apologized and said they would not do that again." Okay, so someone, I guess you're a teacher. You didn't leave a name.
Hello,
but thank
good morning,
you.
Tata.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
I am Miss Comrade Kule from Amuluku.
Nice to have you, comrade. Please go ahead.
Okay. What happened during these days is very, very sad. It's very sad with all that kind of young children like that. It's very sad. But about the investigation, they said they want to carry out about it. What do you think it will come out of it? Because of the listening to the late senator's family. It's very sad. What happened about what was the report of that of our incident? What do we have about of our incident to today? And you know how many lives has lost. If that one, do you think this one will not be the same? Look at what happened in Lekki again. Is it not the same? Sad. It's very sad. It's painful. It's
Thank
painful.
you. Thank you. I cannot react to that because it's not been confirmed. For those who are wondering, he's mentioning the fact that Senator Buruji Kashamu's son is one of those fingered to have been part of the bullies. That's not been confirmed. We know that the names have been circulating on Twitter and other social media platforms, but I cannot comment on that because it has not been confirmed. So it would be like aiding rumor. And of course,
hello,
we do
good
not. Hi. All right. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, Izzy. Nice to have you. Please go ahead.
I feel where I think government is failing is in the area of justice. Before this case, we've had other cases where the things are done with impunity. You have parents bringing in hoodlums, to be a teacher and this. Government didn't do anything. We didn't hear anything back about it. Now, let's talk about the content of what our children watch on TV. Because I'm going to play, we parents, you see wrestling, you watch movies, and the parental content is left, you don't operate it. And these children learn from this and end up practicing it in school. So it's not enough to just sit down your words down to say, don't do this. How about what he or she watches on TV? I think this boy is denied justice. It means we're going to embolden other students to even do more with impunity, just so that when they do it, their parents are going to fight them out of the country. And so that justice is very important now. We need it now. They should see all the other cases that have gone that we don't know. So that whoever has done something wrong must pay for it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very valid point, no doubt. I'm going to take the last 2 calls now. Please, as always, keep it brief. Good morning.
Saka.
Hi.
I want to agree with Alaji. Closing the school is having as a punitive measure is not ideal. It's not ideal. The appropriate thing is to allow the school authority, the government authority, and the parents to come together and fashion out a way that such issue will be dealt with. You see, at times the way our government acts, they do things in a fire brigade manner. And what will it do at the end of the day? Nothing. So the issue is everybody condemn what has happened, but there must be workable solution. Like our brother has been saying there all this while, and like a lot of reasonable people have said, there is a need for the government, for the Ministry of Education, for the parents, for the school authority themselves. They must come out and roll out instruction to all schools generally. And I press for the total cancellation of seniority in secondary school. Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend Koye. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So sorry. I need time to do the rest of what we need to do this morning. But all the callers have very valid points. At the end of the day, this lies with the government. The police say they're already on it. They're going to investigate and get to the bottom. All Nigerians, of course, will be waiting to see how this plays out. In the meantime, our hearts continue to go out to the family of Sylvester who, are having to live through this misery. Nobody should be in a situation like this. But this is one news that you can rest assured that we will follow and continue to bring you updates on. So that's it for that. So now back to Dandra, and I mean we've heard the opportunity of hearing from Dakbo, but Dandra's been quiet. Nice to have you here,
Thank you,
Dandra. We're streaming live on Facebook, and I'm sure for a lot of people who are watching us now on Facebook, you're perhaps familiar with the term Oyibo. That's what we call people who are white. So they'll be like, there's an Oyibo person in the studio. But during the conversation off the air, you told me you do not identify as white. You identify as African. I'd like for you to explain that, because for myself, and I'm sure for a lot of people, that's a hard thing to comprehend. So help us understand how you can be something else and identify as another.
Thank you for having me here and open this conversation. Actually, it's hard for me to understand myself as white in Nigeria. It was quite surprise for me to be seen. Obviously, I expected to be seen as a foreigner, of course, because I am. But as white was a surprise for me. And this, why I identify myself as Afro-Brazilian is like historical and cultural reasons. I'm from Brazil, and Brazil was one of the oldest colonies. Was a colony of Portugal from 16th century, and for over almost 400 years we had slavery there, and most of the enslaved people came from Africa and Yoruba land, mostly Nigeria and areas from Mozambique, Angola, and they were forced to go to Brazil and be laboring for sugarcane plantage, and this happened over 400 years, and it's part of our culture. And because even after abolition, nothing was really made to even integrate those people into society. They were left alone. So we, until nowadays, very strongly live in a very racist society, even with various shades of skin color. There's a very strict understanding who is white and who is black. And even for me, who's a person who has a light skin color, I am seen as a black person there, which in the past was something negative because of racism. But now, not just nowadays, but for many decades, the Afro-Brazilian community have been, getting together and making themselves stronger and fighting against racism in all levels of society, governmental level, but at cultural level as well. And we're discussing a lot about this. So for me, in Brazil, white person would see me as a black person, and I would then suffer. I would not share any white privilege, first of all, and suffer sometimes also issues with racism.
Okay, but is it that there's a community of people who, just like yourself, have light skin, but because of their own history as well, see themselves as black? Is it something you choose, or is it something with the society where you are? I'm trying to understand it. Is it that in Brazil, you chose, because of your history, to identify as black, or based on the societal structure in Brazil, you, because of your history, are black?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. As I said before, you are kind of pushed to... We're kind of pushed to this place because of racism. But I am myself consciously identify as black because it's also a political statement for myself.
Okay. I'm going to have to bring you in here. So you're in town, the two of you are in town, and I understand that there's the education hub coming up. Tell us a bit about it before.
Well, there's an interdisciplinary conference sponsored by DAD. Of course, it's an academic conference that is supposed to be interdisciplinary, and we have conversation in the next 2 days, from Thursday and Friday in Ibadan and IACD. But of course, within the context of the conference, because we are talking about the idea of inclusion of knowledge, we created Ibadan Knowledge Hub to facilitate a kind of intensive short training for selected undergraduates, for free, to integrate them into academic discourse and to kind of bring our own little expertise as emerging scholar, young professionals into that. Our community.
When is that holding and how long?
That's going to be from tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, at IACD. Of course, it's kind of restricted. It's not open to the public. They've gone through selection process before now.
Okay.
And of course, the website is there somewhere.
So there's something for someone to gain from this, and it's a platform that those who are invited, for them to look forward to it. Yeah.
I am hopeful. I'm really hopeful.
I'm hopeful. I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you very much for being here, Dandra and Dapo. I am so sorry for how this has gone. But fortunately, I hope that we'll get to do some other time. My name is Charity Jerome. That's our show for this morning. Enjoy your Monday.
Yeah, man. Now, what if I told you that staking might not just be the coolest thing at the moment? What if I told you that you could get paid for predicting games? Yeah, I mean, like really get paid. Oh, no, I don't mean like you going to play football or anything like that. Rather, I mean, you simply predict the scores of 6 football matches for free, and the next thing is... Bang, bang. Alert is hitting your phone left, right, and center. Sounds sweet, right? Of course it is. Now, come closer. Come really close to your radio and let me tell you how to do it. Yeah, you might need to really come close right now. It's called Super Picks. Yeah, Super Picks. A fresh, free, and easy prediction platform that lets you predict the scores of 6 matches and